Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. Welcome back to the Tug of War Mad Moon Tournament. My name is Nomad, and joining me is Mo Farah as we get into this entry match best of 3, and it is a big one. It's Nigma versus Ninjas in Pajamas, battling it out for those all-important GSL group stage points. You want to be in the upper bracket to make it as easy as possible to qualify to the playoffs. It's as simple as that. Lower bracket means facing elimination, means 1 best of 3, and you could be gone. And Ninja Pajamas are only 1 loss away from making it there. They got to claw themselves back to a 1-all best of 3 series. Otherwise, they could be in some trouble, and they're going to try and do it on the back of their Mars once again, but this time opting for the Rubik instead. Mo Farah, why don't you just summarize the last game for us with a rhyme, please? Putting you on the spot.
The balanced fishman. What rhymes with man?
Put them in the can.
This is difficult. But yeah, okay, there you go.
The balanced fishman, put them in the can. Beautiful. Yeah, you do the first line, I'll do the second line. Okay, we know what to do next time. But yeah, I mean, GH on his Slada just enabling this Miracle Void to another level. They just ran them over. It was pretty exciting. And Nigma grabbed themselves a first victory. I mean, it was close until it wasn't.
You can't be putting me on the spot like that, by the way, because man is a very difficult word to rhyme with.
Yeah, nothing. Really hard to rhyme that.
Gotta show me a little bit of respect. Okay, it's fine. I get it.
Right,
Nigma get their. I was gonna say Nigma get their Snapfire though this time. This is something that I think all teams are very aware of. But Ninjas, they want to ban out the Slada this time instead, which, I said to you in between games that I'd be very surprised if it didn't get banned out. I think Nigma have proved time and time again that they utilize this hero very well. But it means the Snapfire gets let through, so KuroKy instantly picks that up for himself. And yeah, they go for the Mars again, and I really like this Rubik pick. I think it's really good against Snapfire if you can ever steal Mortimer's Kisses. It's actually really decent against Shaker as well. One of the better heroes at punishing him with the Fisher Steals that you can get. You have the instant lift as well, so if you can precast the lift just as he blinks in,
10 seconds
you can stop any initiation that comes through. Rubik, one of these heroes that's been popular for so long as well now, just because of how well it wins lanes with Fade Bolt. That damage reduction is really important. Interesting to see what they pick up in their offlane though on Nigma, I think, to lane up with this Shaker. I'm looking at one of these ranged heroes that possibly is really difficult to punish. Something like Ench would have obviously been really good, but got banned in the first phase. The other thing that they can look to do is maybe possibly tri-lane around the Shaker and the Snapfire, and then give Mind Control something that doesn't need too much help, which they have been doing a lot at the moment. So
yeah,
that wouldn't be too surprising, I don't think.
Yeah, maybe another Darkseid game, maybe they go for something else, who knows. And Nigma, they're going to be the ones to ban out the Void this time around, which is kind of surprising, because I would be very surprised if they didn't want that themselves with the Snapfire, but there we go. What's your favourite combinations for Mortimer's Kisses?
Chrono has to be one. RP is another one, right?
Yeah.
It's pretty good. I mean, any
I
just
quite like Duel.
Duel, yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's like nice short cooldown. You often get a blink dagger, you can just annihilate one person. Clockwork as well is another hilarious one.
5 seconds.
What's the Kisses cooldown actually? I can't remember.
Not too sure off the top of my head.
110.
110, yeah.
110 all levels. I mean, I think he might end up getting the Void treatment, and that spell gets a bit of a bigger cooldown, especially in the early levels, maybe. You know how they changed? I think when did they change Finger, or was that always like that, where it has a really long cooldown at level 1?
I seem to remember it was always like that. Just get an Angslor. 20 seconds.
10 minutes in, easy.
Time for some Twitch chat analysis. So this is something we're gonna be trialing a little bit. We want to hear what you guys have to say and give you guys a bit of a platform. We asked you guys for your comments in between the games, and Dynaman 619 is the first one to say PL could have played better. They enabled him well, but was scared to go in on Void without Chrono or BKB, which should change. Also, they were stronger earlier before 2 BKBs from Nigma and had to push for objectives, which would force Nigma to stay back foot. Thoughts on that, my friend?
Wow.
I guess it's pretty in depth there, really, isn't it?
Shit, man. What do I do? Yeah, I mean, the BKB timings from Nigma were really important that game. He's right. So, Twitch chat was right. It's big.
Yeah, and unfortunately, they didn't have the same thing going on the other side, right? Because NIP, they could go for BKBs all they wanted, but they're still going to get Corrosive Haze, they're still going to get Chrono, they're still going to get run down by the Leshrac, and even his physical damage is going to be enough to offer a huge threat on them. So it's really hard for NIP to match those timings, and Nigma knew that, and they just knew they were stronger and just started running at them.
I wonder what they want to go for here on Nip though. As well. I imagine they probably want to pick Peter's hero. And like Nature's Prophet's still in the pool, but I can't imagine it being something they want to pick up against a Snapfire Shaker.
Radiant's team
What do
pick.
they want to?
Spectre.
Oh, interesting.
Straight up Spectre. Let's go.
I mean, this hero is really good at getting on Snapfire at the start of fights. Canceling Shaker's blink as well
Yeah,
with
that's
Haunts,
the
always
thing.
good. I want to see what they pick up as their 5 with it. I know something like historically, like a Warlock, for example, has been really good.
Yeah, no Lich available. He got banned out.
10 seconds remaining.
I mean, a lot of the carries have been taken out, like Slark, PL,
5
Lifesteal,
seconds
Avoid,
remaining.
all disappeared here. So they need something that they can either match the tempo of the Spectre with, or try and force something earlier on with their team fight advantage that they have at the moment in Snapfire Shaker.
Some more Twitch chat analysis, by the way. NIP in this tournament are testing their strats for the major. Nigma in this tournament are testing the strats for their future pubs. It's a bit rude. New all chat.
There you go.
Very, very mean.
Very, very rude, guys. Come on, show them some respect. TI finalists. You've got anti-TI winners in the past.
Yeah, can't take that away. Yeah, I mean, what other possible combos are there for the Spectre, though? I mean, Lich is obviously the favourite, but he's banned out much earlier on, actually. First phase banned from Nigma. Also, I love that they're first banning this Bat Rider every time against Ninjas in Pyjamas. Like, I don't think you want to give this team this hero. They played it 5 times on 80% win rate in the qualifiers. Like, these guys love that Bat Rider, so Nigma's just like, yeah, nah, we're not playing with that.
I mean, they're really taking their time. Last game we saw the draft happen relatively quickly, especially in comparison to this. But both teams kind of knew what they want. But when you get into the second game of a best of 3, everybody starts to kind of second guess themselves. Oh,
wow, there we go.
So it's Shaker 3, I assume. And a Snapfire mid. Dude.
Oh god, no, please no. I'm not ready.
I mean, I assume it's Snapfire 4, Shaker 3 then, but not what I would have expected at all.
It seems odd.
10 seconds remaining.
I mean, Snapfire Shaker is a really strong lane.
That does sound pretty sick, actually.
5 seconds remaining.
You get the cookie into the enchant totem damage as well. You've got the scatter blast. There's a huge amount of burst coming through in that lane, especially when they hit their level 2s. They get to that level 3 mark as well. It really starts to hurt. No, I honestly expect something from Nip here that allows their Spectre to sustain in the lane. We talked about the Warlock before. We've seen some teams been playing Oracle recently. Maybe, I know PUD's played Abba in the past as well. But not something I expect to see here.
Yeah, some teams have tried to scrape through with a 5 Omni, but yeah, I mean, that just feels way too hard, especially against what Nigma have so far. They just run them over with it.
Pick.
Jakiro, a PPD favourite.
Yeah, one of my personal favourite heroes as well. I really enjoy this hero.
It's your dad's favourite
it gives
hero
them
as well,
good
isn't
wave.
it? Redo.
Yeah, sure, why not? Yeah, okay. I'm not 100% sold on this. I mean, it's pretty good in terms of pushing out waves. Just early on, you get a very low committal. You've got the Macry as well. Ice Path, such a crazy ability to have. You tend to go for that 2-4-2 kind of build, maybe 2-4-1. And it gives them good damage in the arena as well, which is nice. Means Jakiro can set up for kills, ready for the Haunt to come in and all sorts. I'm just not sure it's enough to keep the Spectre's farm sustained early on. I think they might still have a relatively difficult time up against what I assume is a Snapfire Shaker lane.
NIP's turn to ban.
Oh!
This is such a crazy draft so far from both teams, just throwing it down. But yeah, I mean, Nigma just have so much run you down potential right now. Are we going to see this Spectre? Are we going to see this Mars come online?
It's a really good Meepo game against the cores. Against the supports, it's still very good in terms of tempo, right?
You want
to be able to run at the Spectre early on, but I mean, Jakiro is one of the better heroes at dealing with Meepo with the AoE control that he offers. You have the Fade Bolt talent at level 15 on Rubik as well, which bounces through all the Meepos, but it gives some really good pick-off potential as well, which I think is really important here.
I think the important thing to mention about the NIP supports, though, is that with the Fade Bolt reducing their damage and the Jakiro reducing their attack speed as well, it's going to be quite hard for this Meepo to get Ransack heals off, which is kind of his main way of survivability and fighting hard in the middle of these fights and bringing heroes down. So I'm a little bit worried on that front, but at the same time, you've got a great act behind this Meepo with the Chen, Shaker, and Snapfire to help control up.
Radiant
This is
team
looking
pick.
pretty damn spicy for the Meepo so far. And just like the timings, as you say, this Meepo wants to play fast. Rubik's not that fast of a support. Jakiro, he's okay. But Spectre incredibly slow. And I think Mars is quite slow as well.
Can I say I love that Nigma have banned ET, by the way, last. That's what a hero that I know Thompson's been playing against Meepos in pubs as well, where they go for the Ags rush as well.
10 seconds
And they get like a
remaining.
massive amount of BKB timing because of how many Meepos clones it goes through.
5
And
seconds
you
remaining.
absolutely smack people around. It's really funny. I think the Meepo's really good. If you think about how
NIP's
passively
turn.
Nip played last game though as well, right?
Oh
Where-
my god.
Oh,
Nigma just want to run
So
them
what's-
over.
is it going to be Shaker for Miracle, or does Miracle play Timber this game?
I think Miracle plays Timber.
So I assume he's okay. So Mind Control will then play the Shaker.
Yeah, Miracle's a pretty...
And I mean, Miracle's played
10
Shaker in the
seconds
past, though, right? Which is
remaining.
why I'm just questioning it a little bit.
True.
5 seconds
But NIP, what do they
remaining.
need at mid? They need something which can completely control the tempo of this game. Can lane up versus the Timber or the Meepo if needs be. I don't know what you
Oh,
pick.
Jesus, what?
There's so much which they need this hero to do, this final pick here.
I mean, Tanner's going to be. I was going to say they need to give
Now
Tanner something that
select
he's
your heroes.
comfortable on, and they need some kind of magic burst as well. So I think, yeah, it would either have been the Lena again, which I don't think is great here, or something like an SF or a Kunkka. I think would have been okay.
Oof. Tanner, my boy, the pride of UK Dota, but so much pressure is on his shoulders right now to try and carry this game because he needs to do so much. He needs to firstly win the middle lane quite convincingly, and then he needs to come out of the middle lane fighting and be able to group up with Lelis, Universe, and PPD in order to shut down this extremely aggressive draft. It's so much on his shoulder. If this is like one of the best Shadow Fiend performances we've seen in a while, then NIP is certainly in with a shot here, but I'm really worried for them. I think Nigma might just run them down.
Look at who's playing Snapfire.
Oh. Off-lane Snapfire.
Let's get hyped.
All right.
I'm
That's
ready.
gonna butter my toast. Let's get into it. It's an interesting pick versus the Mars as well, because obviously you can jump over that spear wall if you do it right, but unfortunately when you get speared, you get turned around and face your aggressor. So then if you get cookied, you won't be. It's a bit awkward. You will disjoint the spear, but yeah, you can actually get out of the arena if you position it right, but it's not that easy to do, is what I'm trying to say.
Do you reckon it should work like a Matrix kind of thing as well, where like if you cookie somebody that's got a spear thrown at them, they should be able to like jump over
Jump
the
over
spear?
it, yeah, definitely should be a thing. Okay. Man, I mean, okay, so Snapfire in the offlane. I'm interested to see what items he builds. This might be a Javelin Rush, I think, from Mind Control, but maybe that doesn't feel very Mind Control to me, though, does it? That seems like something else would do that. I think he's more likely to just kind of go for this Reeves build and be kind of like an aura guy, like he usually is.
Yeah, I don't think it's his job to do damage this game, right? Like they have a Timber, they have a Meepo as well. They want to try and like play around this early timing with the first rush. You know, build these items on your team that allow the Meepo to sustain. You know, possibly a pipe as well might be pretty good. Miracle might be the one building that. I'm not sure, but they want to hit this timing early on. When they get the first rush, Shaker gets a blink, and they just completely choke Nip out of the map. You know, this SF and Spectre both need farm, right? And so if you can take that area of the map away from them where they feel safe to farm, you know, especially with a Meepo running around with the gank potential that he has with a potential early E-Blade, for example, as well. I feel like Nip, they have to have a decent start to this game, otherwise they're going to fall further and further behind really quickly.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. It's as I say, I mean, I think it's all on Tanner's shoulders right now. This boy needs to be ready to carry this game on his shoulders, because after last game with Lelis, maybe I'm underestimating the Mars, but from last game from Lelis, I'm kind of concerned that he's not going to have a big enough game impact to hold back the aggressive Riptide, which Nigma's going to be thrown their way. I think they might just get washed out to sea, but definitely excited to see what's going to happen.
I'm not really sure how this SF Meepo matchup goes either. I haven't seen much of this matchup before. I mean, in theory, Meepo should be fine, right? And they just kind of trade farm. Meepo just farms a little bit quicker, especially with the Raze build from Tanner that he goes, with the triple mango. You see a lot of at the moment.
GH nearly being roasted up here in the top lane, but with Kuroki's appearance, it'll force them back for now. Not really much they can do into this.
Nice little head just as well on Kuroki
30
and on the
seconds.
Snapfire,
the
actually, too.
Snapfire, which I was going to mention. Who is going for this mech? Do they know?
I mean, does one of them build a pipe? I mean, they might even just keep a casual headdress. I know Kuro did that
it's great
last
for
game.
laning.
Yeah, he went for the Vlads into the Solar Crest and just kept the headdress the whole time. There's no reason not to. A little bit of stats, a little bit of health regen. It's 1200 radius, by the way. Can we talk about that? It's so ridiculous.
It's big.
I don't really know what Nip is supposed to do in this bot lane.
How you doing?
I'm pretty sure like Kuro just starts in the jungle a little bit and gives the Timber the XP in the bot lane. Then he hits level 3, and I actually don't think they do anything to him anymore.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be scared of anything.
Mars vs Timber does not sound like a matchup you want to be involved in if you're a Mars player. I'll be real. But, you know, could be wrong. I feel like I'm saying that a lot about these things, you know, just things which on paper look bad for an IP, but could possibly be okay, perhaps. Right. Look towards this middle lane, Tanner starting things out with the Shadow Rays. It's doing a decent amount of damage to the Meepo in the process as well, and just controlling up this first wave, as expected, and going to grab himself the points of Necromastery. I can get to work getting those points up and being able to last hit a little bit easy without having to just throw loads of mana into the lane. Always feels good.
You'll notice
Top
what
lane
Tanner
to
did
hack
as well.
though,
He
he might
actually
be in some trouble now. They don't have the ability to finish up under the tower there. Gonna have to pop a salve, get some stuff out okay.
have this double headdress lane, by the way. Amazing.
Yeah, interesting.
They just want to give the Timber the XP early on, and then Chen will kind of like be freed up to rotate around a little bit more.
And what does Lelis do down here? Can he do
This is what I mean. Like, what do they do? It's a Timber.
Yeah.
He's laning against a strength hero. it's horrendous to try and play into.
Not for you.
Sick deny from Kuro under the tower as well. Yeah, NIP already looking like they're off to a bad start, but let's focus on the middle lane. I mean, Shadow Fiend's off to a great
Radiant's
start.
bottom tower
9
is
and 2
under
currently
attack.
on Tanner thus far.
Yeah, something I was going to point out before, sorry, as well, is that he actually saved 200, or I think it was 185 gold of his starting, just to be able to rush this bottle early on. So you see, he's now been able to pick that up. Going to be very happy. Look, just before that 2-minute rune comes as well. So that's why you see Weeheart instantly running top. Let's see if he can get it right.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Lucky boy.
Wins the
top
50-50, wins
lane.
a coin toss. Time control though, getting low up at top here with the rotation in from Universe. They're able to draw first blood onto the mind control up here at top. A great rotation from NIP, and that is exactly what they needed to start getting things rolling in their favor. They have kind of given up on this bottom lane. You know, Alev's just going to go and pull the creep wave, try and farm it up as best he can. Meanwhile, they're going to try and put their focus up onto winning top and securing the hack, some kind of lane here.
The hack has 1 CS at the moment, so you know the fact he gets that first blood is actually a really big deal because he was getting absolutely nothing out of this lane before.
Yeah, we usually say that, we mean very little. In this point, we need literally 1 CS. So, Jesus Christ. And it doesn't look like it's going to get that much easier as well with the aggression from GH and Mind Control up here. And Kuro just raiding the jungle, make it really hard to pull, messing with the creeps. It's a messy old lane up here in top. NIP need to, I don't know what they need to do, to be honest. They've already got the extra hero up here, and it's still not really going in their favor just yet.
Can we appreciate how many denies GH has, by the way, with this enchanting totem up top lane?
It's so annoying, isn't it?
He has 10 denies. That's where all Spectre CS has gone. 10. Yeah, look, 10, guys. That's ridiculous.
It's a whole lot of denies. It's a whole lot of denies. Meanwhile, over in the middle lane, Weehaw now has a second Meepo up, level 4, so he's going to be heading to the jungle. Tanner should be having a relatively free time in the lane at the very least. Be very interested to see what he builds this game as well on the Shadow Fiend.
Yeah, are we going to go see like a Drums Crystallis build, or is he going to go for something more magic-based? No, we have seen some Yules builders still, which is interesting. I thought that Iron would have completely died off, but... Oh, nice some Weehaw there actually at the end, just to steal some of Tanner's XP from that medium cut.
Yeah, definitely. Trying to see if he can grab a little bit extra on the Meepo. Meanwhile, going for the 50-50, should make it as well. No net on the Meepo, so no way to stop Tanner grabbing that one. So, things coming up a little bit NIP favored in the mid lane. You know, looks even on the CS, that's because Weeha's been jumping over to the jungle quite a lot, so Tanner is actually winning this one so far.
Top lane as well.
Uh-oh, it's a hack. Hack, he's getting low. He might get finished off here, getting under the tower. No, he's going to be okay, especially with PPD coming over. I mean, they can't dive in, but still just consistent pressure onto the Spectre, giving him an awful time. Meanwhile, the Pied Piper of the Creeps, Lelis, is going on an adventure. Meanwhile, Miracle, he's farming in a secret shop for some reason. What is interesting.
A really early Ring of Teresk on the
Dire's
Spectre as
bottom
well.
tower is under attack.
That's something you see a huge amount of.
No, certainly not, but I've always considered this item to have like decent enough stats to warrant going for it sometimes.
Oh, mid lane. We are like getting chased around a little bit, especially with Universe coming
Yeah,
this weekend.
Yes.
How you
keeps
doing?
himself back to safety.
What a
It's
bounty.
a bit of a threat here.
That should help.
I mean, these side lanes have just been a pretty big disaster at the moment for Nip, though. And it's only going to get harder as well.
Got it.
Have you seen there was a Dota WTF video yesterday where somebody got a triple kill as Mars using the God's Rebuke, like a triple kill of couriers. It was quite, amazing to watch.
Sounds very satisfying, yeah. Oh, once again, jumping onto the Spectre up here in the top lane. They don't seem to have the lockdown to finish the job, but once again, the Hack's being forced into the tower. 19-1. Kuro, yeah, they could get the return. Lift up, throw back to Hack coming over. Does have enough mana for a dagger if he pops that mango. Looks like Kuro's kind of accepted his death right now and will be dropping here. Mind Control unable to do much about that. So they find themselves a kill at the very least. PPD unfortunately is the one to take it. I'm sure the Hack would have wanted that one, but they're still holding on for now.
Oh,
Alright.
GH, that's not what you want to see.
Why are you pausing for that?
That's
What's going on?
Yeah.
Well, throw it over to Networth and see Tanner on top, just about squeaking ahead of the other two, but Miracle and Weehaw close in pursuit, doing pretty damn well in their lanes, respectively.
This top has actually gone better than I thought in terms of Networth. I guess when he got the first blood, that has helped a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, maybe this is the flip side of what we saw last game when the Void got shut down in lane, made a miraculous comeback. Now it's the Hack's turn. Oh, this is a dead Rubik getting caught out in the river. GH closing the gap as well, and will be sneaking out that kill as well.
I love it when you get a kill as a support.
Dire's bottom
You
tower
know, your
is
cores
under
just
attack.
use the voice chat lines. You know, well played, dude. We believe in you. I bet they're super PMA in their voice chat whenever they get a kill on Nigma.
100%.
Dire's
There are
bottom
some stacks
tower
here
is
for
under
Mibra to
attack.
take, by the way, as well. So
Dire's
his
bottom
farm's going
tower
to accelerate a
is
little bit here. Yeah,
Yeah.
especially with Miracle.
BD. See you later, maybe. Enchant Totem damage to come out. I mean, that is that damage. They're going to have to do it with right clicks, and with the one coming out, yeah, looks like PPD making under the tower. Mind Control still chasing the Scatterblast ball first the job to Hack, unable to keep his captain alive. He's going to get themselves a kill.
Dire's bottom
But
tower is
NIP,
under
they're looking
attack.
for the response here. Tanner coming up. Hack sticking around, and he's managing to bait this beautifully, keeping them locked in. And now Tanner shows up. Universe backing him up as well. They're going to lift up GH, trying to get him. Oh, Cookie actually knocks him out of position here, setting up for the kill from Universe to finish the job.
Dire's bottom
A
tower
little bit of
is under
miscommunication there, I feel, from Nigma, and that does result in GH dying without being able to get off anything, really. But
I
yeah.
love how SF just takes all the farm top and then just TP's back mid as well. It's like, sorry, Spectre, that's the gank tax, I'm afraid. I have to also take your farm.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Honestly, laning phase not going as convincingly for Nigma as I would have thought. They're holding this top lane down to a reasonable level. I mean, it's still not looking good by any stretch of the imagination from NIP.
Radiant's
Still looking very good for
middle
Nigma,
tower is under
but
attack.
they're in this game still.
The only reason though, that they have this 10th pick SF, right, which is always going to do okay against Meepo. You can flash farm as well through the jungle, so you've got that going for you as well. But I don't think it's gone well enough for Nip. I mean, with the heroes that they have, I'm not sure their side ends can go massively well, but even so, I think Miracle, like down to the spot, has just been completely untouched, right?
Yeah.
Like he's level 8 now. Oh,
Here we go. They're trying to make it happen. Requiem's going to get dropped onto him, but oh no. They will be able to... No, they won't. Miracle actually get himself up to the high ground with a timber chain. What comes without the Requiem?
It was the Fisher from GH. This is what I mean. What a
From
Fisher!
alongside. Where was... How did he even get there? Meanwhile, PPD's dying in the
no, they get
river.
PPD.
Oh my goodness.
What a sick
doing?
Fisher from
Dire's
GH,
top
man. Like
tower
he
is
was, you
under
see
attack.
where they just plopped a ward down, just to the left of that lane. Like if GH was just there to put a ward down, he's like, oh, I'll stop this gank as well. That's pretty nice. In the right place at the right time, as all position 4 Shakers should be. Yeah, and now because Miracle's taken bot.
Oh, surely they can finish him this time around. Surely Miracle could die, but once again, the Requiem getting interrupted. Ice Path comes down. Miracle, they're throwing everything they've got at him, but he's just going to timber chain himself away to empty. Now in comes Mind Control. Throw it in the artillery. Tanner getting run down, trying to duke it out. Is just about able to do it. But a Miracle coming down the back lines, but Izzan's catches Spear and they will finish the job. But Tanner is dead as Mind Control comes with the Scatterblast. Now they look towards PPD as well. PPD is going to get dropped as a second kill. They lose the Timbersaw, but they grab themselves 2 kills in response, and one of those being Tanner, the big boy they needed to kill. I think we're going to be happy about this one. Now they can open up on towards this tier 1 tower in the middle lane as well. Universe just killing off those creeps, but not much else they can really do to keep this one alive. There's some pings coming out. They've got an Arena of Blood in 5 seconds as well, but Nigma, they seem to have this one timed. In comes Dahak though. They're going for this one right now. They're going to try something, but unfortunately something ends up being nothing, and NIP are left empty-handed once again, and now 3 heroes wandering around middle lane with their fingers in their noses, not really knowing what to do with themselves.
Yeah, and I think every death... GH?
Ah, he's got Invisible. Very handy.
That's very nice of him. Yeah, I was to say, I think every death that Tanner gets though on this SF like really sets them back the tempo that they can play on Nip. So I think if you're Nigma at this point, I think you should be really happy. You know, that death on the SF sets him back quite a lot in comparison to what they want from him. And he has a tome on Shaker, so he can get level 6 to get the Echo. You don't have to worry about that, especially because of the Invis room.
Spear from on far, but once again, not actually taking down a 3 that got destroyed there. Miracle in some trouble now. Does get finished. Oh, no chance of Tim Chenning away from that one. 5 heroes on 1. NIP are able to kill off the Timbersaw at the very least. Miracle now at 2 deaths.
Yeah, he just had Hood coming out as well on the courier. See it flying back to base. He's like, oh, never mind. I think if he has the Hood, like, he's a lot more difficult to kill, especially with the active.
Top tower is
You've got to be really careful. That's 2 deaths in a row now on Miracle that kind of felt a little bit forced. You know, doesn't necessarily need to be there.
Yeah, yeah. Like, we understand you want to be jumping down their throats, but, come on. And the hack actually going for this Radiance. Okay. Well, this makes the game very straightforward, really. We now have a race. Can Nigma do enough damage before the hack can get this Radiance? It's going to be a pretty good item versus the Meepo. I mean, Miracle in the mid lane again. Yeah, there's only 2 heroes here right now, with Weehar backing up as well. Not really much of a threat.
The problem is, even if the Spectre gets to the Lelis,
see you later, buddy.
The problem is, even if Spectre gets to the Radiance, I don't think it's enough for them to be able to take fights. Like, he needs 2, maybe 3 items. And at that point, Meepo's going to be like 6 loads.
Yeah,
the way this game's going at the moment.
Shadow Fiend as well. I think what the Radiance is going to do is just kind of help the Spectre be a factor and just be able to like cause lots of chaos, cancel some Blitz, and more in enable the Shadow Fiend to do what he wants.
But look at the damage they have on this Radiance side. If you get Radiance, they don't care. Like, they're still going to run at you and kill you off.
Maybe.
They have loads of magic damage. They have the Timber just running at you as well. He doesn't care about Radiance.
BKB on Shadow Fiend,
It's 12 minutes in and they have a 5k net worth advantage. The Spectre just farms so slowly.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
looking great. But once again, you know, they'll find Miracle for a second time, maybe. Although he does manage to get off the Timber chain here. Warrior of Blood's going to come down, though. But Nice Fisher coming out from GH. And now, the artillery! Oh, no! It's a disaster! NIP get destroyed by the artillery. Miracle, it just annihilates them. Fisher from GH as well. Jesus Christ. Snapfire. What a hero.
Has fallen.
That was
Jesus, pulled a bit of a toe there.
not just that, Mike. Can we point out GH in exactly the right place at the right?
Oh yeah, always with these
Dire's
fishes.
tower is under attack.
My
Just cancelling the Requiem again and again. Yeah,
You can't use
remember I
Requiem in
said
this game.
remember I said it was a 5k net worth
Dire's
advantage
top
at 12
tower is
minutes.
under attack.
It's now 9k at 30.
Hold up. Jesus.
And you get a tower, you get 3 kills.
Alright, this game went from, you know, possibly NIP standing a chance to not looking that great for them.
Dire's top tower
Got plus
is
a
under attack.
72% chance for Enigma to take this one.
Radiant's
They
middle
love the
tower
Dota Plus
is
loves
under
Spectre as
attack.
well. Big Spectre
I mean,
fan.
I mean, it was a Spectre fan in the past. I don't know if it's a Spectre. Is anybody a Spectre fan now?
True.
It's a zero.
Radiant's bottom tower
Oh, Jelly.
Getting shot up by the Meepo Stereo Blade. Miracle coming in as well. God's Rebuke not going to do much to save Lars' life.
Dire's top
He is
tower
going to get
is under
dropped.
attack.
This is interesting as well from Nip in terms of their drafting pattern in this game. They picked their win condition hero, the third pick both times, and it feels like in both games it's been completely answered. Right, we had the PL first game into the void in the left. This game there's a Spectre that's just getting run at by a Meepo and a Timber.
Just now, onto the high ground we go, and this is going to be PPD. Dead to rights, jumped in, killed off. Nigma gets started on the tower, and it is not going to take them long to get through it at all. Tanner doing what he can, throwing out some spells. Unfortunately, it looks like there's not much left in the tank for NIP to defend this one. Where's your Radiance up? Still a little bit away from that one, I'm afraid, for Dahak, but Meepo taking some damage here. The Aegis carrier, and in comes GH, going for the slam onto Tanner. Tanner, though, going to make himself invisible, but unfortunately standing himself still for the artillery to come in on top of Tanner here. Still keep himself just about alive here. Will survive through this one, but meanwhile, the front lines are taking down the tower already. Lelis trying to get himself back to Backlance. Miracle just posturing on them right now, though. They can't do anything about this goddamn Timbersaw just sitting on their faces and suffocating them. PPD trying to throw out some spells from the sidelines here, but Mind Control's also a threat with a Fire Snap Cookie as well, able to jump in at any given notice.
I mean, Meepo as well, just sending his clones back one by one to the base.
Dahak netted up, the stun comes through from GH as well. The ultimate, though, going to come in from Tanner. Maybe they can bring down the Meepo's first life here. They really need to try and get something, a nice arena coming down from Lelis as well. They're really trying to focus up Wee, but Wee, he's going to be okay. The damage, 100 HP, 70 HP. Wee, though, is going to make it okay. All right, Universe says enough, gets the fissure out, but I mean, it's just the first life. It doesn't really matter that much. Enigma still perfectly in control of this high ground attempt right now. Maybe they'll start showing some respect and backing themselves away, but honestly, do they need to respect NIP? I don't think they do.
I love everybody else just fighting, and Kuro's just hitting the buildings with all his little creeps as well. It's like, guys, come on, fight.
Yeah, keeping these aura creeps behind them as well, just making them nice and beefy, and in they go, jumping straight on forwards onto two, down goes Tanner. He's getting killed very, very quickly. Universe as well, going to get finished off as well. Enigma, they aren't not actually going to get the belly barracks for now unless they fight. Oh no, the nets! Oh no, the nets inside the Chakram. Oh, Jesus Christ. Alright, Nigma, you're just showing off at this stage. 4 heroes dead, Shadow Fiend dive back. Nigma, they see the opening, they're going for the tier 4s, and they are probably going to get them as well. I'm not really seeing much left in this one, I'm afraid.
That was a dieback from Tanner as well. There's no SF for 50 seconds. Yeah. What have you got in the tank?
3-man defense with a Ring of Taras Spectre. Yeah, alright. I'm not sure that's going to quite happen as Universe gets blown up on the front lines. PPD going to be the next target as well. A bit of artillery coming in over the top, but that's going to be a GG's thrown out, and the game will go, and the series, to Nigma. Very, very tight performance.
If they'd have got the tower at the end, all of Nigma's heroes would have been top 5 net round.